have a New Year's feast for you today. We're expanding this month ahead video to cover the year ahead. That means the usual helping of January reveals with a side order of treats from the rest of the year. We're talking the Menethos expansion, the bank rework, a quest we've never mentioned before, and much, much more. And where to start? How about with January? And it's the theme of surprise! Everything we're launching in January has been kept under wraps. That begins with a surprise update that's coming out tomorrow on January the 9th. Welcome to Memorial to Guthix. Now if you're like me and you've got a soft spot for Guthix and your eyes were filled with tears at the end of The World Wakes, well, Memorial to Guthix will let you say a proper goodbye in a rather rewarding way. While doing divination, you will occasionally receive an item in your currency pouch. These are memory strands, and you'll be combining them with fragments from Guthix's past that you will find all around the wider world. This will result in something called echoes, which can be placed in your own temple for chunks of XP and some revelations that could change the way you think of Guthix completely. More importantly, the more echoes you gather, the more passive divination benefits you can choose from. These include longer wisp durations, increased XP from divine locations, and some rather fetching butterfly wings, and more. Another big update for January has been kept equally mysterious. At the end of January, we will be revealing Nex, the Angel of Death. Just like Rise of the Six was to the Barrows brothers, the Angel of Death is to Nex. This is a completely new Nex encounter, a new area, a new boss, with new mechanics and new rewards. Rather than follow the pattern of recent bosses, it harks back to older times. There's no kill streaks or climbing in rages here. Just turn up with any number of players and fight your way to the end for loot. And what loot there is, including something that we've never ever given away in a boss encounter before. And the Lorehounds can feel satisfied that the Angel of Death expands on Nex's story, including her relationship to Zaros. But that's all I'll mention for now. What we can talk about are some of the juicy tidbits that January brings. Some of them are no surprise at all, like the return of Hattie, Skull and Fenrir for example, and the wallop of bonus XP that comes in their wake. Vic the Trader also returns, giving you a rather handy alternative for that bonus XP, and we've got a couple of events that will be familiar too. An undead pirate event called Deathbeer's Demise that's a lot like Birth by Fire, and a New Year's resolution card to complete, similar to the Zodiac and Walk Like a Pirate events. We'll also be offering a fantastic looking new legendary pet and a new batch of player names for you to claim. Finally from me, to end on another surprise, we would like to give you a late Christmas gift to commemorate the launch of Memorial to Guthix. For the next 2 weeks only, you'll be able to enter this code on Diango's store to claim a Guthix butterfly pet.
Yeah, January's all well and good, but what's happening after then? This is a year ahead after all. While January was all about surprise, February's all about passion. It's about giving our developers time to make the projects they've been bursting to make. It's about teams grabbing passionate player ideas from the forums and Reddit and getting them into the game. It's a whole month dedicated to stuff that doesn't traditionally get a chance to rise to the top of the release schedule. And that means a new quest that we haven't mentioned before and will be revealed in more detail in February's month ahead. But because I can't really keep secrets, let me tell you what a little bird told me. It's Great Scott. The quest was put together as a personal project by Mod Helen and Mod Nexus, and we were so smitten we just had to get it made. And similarly, we'll be adding 2 new augmentable tools, which brings 2 more skills into Invention. They'll come with a slew of non-combat perks that will change up training dramatically, including clue scrolls from non-combat training and immediately disassembled items from manufacturing skills. This is a Mod Ryan passion project, so you can see a trend forming, a development team that wants to regularly treat you with content, outside of expansions and big projects that we have planned for 2017. And to celebrate this, we'll be running a Game Jam weekend on the 17th to the 20th of February. In it, we'll be producing updates just like these, and if they're good enough, we'll release a steady stream of them in the weeks to come. Importantly, this is not just about us, we want you to get involved. We want your passion projects, your smaller ideas, to be posted on the following forum and Reddit threads over the next weeks. And the very best ones will be cherry-picked for production over that Game Jam weekend. You might even be able to see your ideas being made over that weekend, so we'll be keeping you up to date as we do it. This is where the big news comes in. The Game Jam weekend will coincide with 2017's first Double XP weekend. So book it into your diary, Scapers. Double XP weekend begins on the 17th of February. There'll be some healthy gains to be made, all while watching us create new content for the game. That is a pretty sweet deal.
But the real deal is coming in June, right? June is when RuneScape's first expansion lands, the Golden City of Menaphos. We want you to explore every inch of the Sunny City and discover a plethora of rewards, quests, and other treats as you go. This means keeping a lot secret. Surprise is a theme for the year after all, but of course we've made sure there's stuff worth shouting about from the pyramid tops. Firstly, there are the Tombs of Amaskut, which will bring much needed strategy and skill to non-combat training. Jump into a tomb and show your skill at raiding them to receive windfalls of resources and XP. There's a new addition to the desert questline with the corrupted god, Krondis. There's a new Slayer dungeon to master, which comes with a range of new mobs, and, finally, an increase to the Slayer level cap, taking you all the way to 120. Expect more information and ways to get involved in Menaphos, including polls, as we approach June. But don't worry, there's still plenty to get excited about in the first half of the year. March will bring a clue scroll overhaul, reworking the old while bringing in the new, including a new clue scroll tier and new rewards. Before Menaphos, expect the launch of the achievement system, which will bring you a method of tracking your progress and abilities in the game. You'll also get to delve into Shattered Worlds, which will challenge you to progress further and further into interdimensional rifts. We'll even be introducing a new event in the same vein as the beach, called the Spring Fair, and Evil Dave Quest will be as colourful and funny as its concept art. We'd also like to reassure you that we're looking critically at stuff in-game that drags you away from what you want to play. We'll be reworking dailies, which are so rewarding in the cases of sinkholes and warbands that you feel forced to play them. We'll be looking at challenges, changing them so you can play how you want. And we'll be ensuring that our holiday events are quest-like encounters that don't force you to play for hours on end. For all of these, we'll be working with you and incorporating your feedback. And what about the second half of the year? It's easy to forget that 2017 will bring 2 more expansions. We'll be revealing the identity of the September expansion after Menaphos and the December expansion later this year. The second half of the year will also bring you the bank rework, which is currently open for your feedback in the form of a design document and developer diary. This long-awaited project will bring you meaty upgrades while retaining the sense of familiarity that you want. We're planning placeholders, unlimited tabs, full customization, and both Django and the Wise Old Man in your bank, as weird as that sounds. The mining and smithing rework is receiving its final dev diaries in January, which will precede a full design document before launch later in the year. The beach will be returning too, and you can be sure there is more coming than we are willing to reveal right now. You know, surprises and all that.
So, there we go. January is looking great, with a new divination training method coming on Monday in the form of Memorial to Guthix. And don't forget to get your Guthix butterfly pet ready and get ready for revisiting some old favourites like Hattie and a massive dose of Nex. 2017 is shaping up quite fantastically, and I hope that you're looking at the year ahead with a large dollop of excitement. Wooters out and Happy New Year from all of us. You'll be able to enter this code on Django's store to claim a Gutherfly. Gutherfly? What's that?